Okay. Right. So let's come inside. Let's come to our center. Close your eyes and bring your awareness to your breath. You know, when we think about weather and cold rooms and hot rooms, and I think of the extremes that we tend to classify things as. It's freezing or it's too hot. That person is a good person, that one is a bad person, and so on. When the truth of it is that those two polar opposites rarely exist. There's so much in between. There's so many shades, not just of gray, but of so many different colors. And we need only to look in between to know that someone who's very good can do something bad, and someone who appears to be bad can have a good heart. So we'll look at that through our practice today. And let's begin with our breath. So begin now to deepen it. And notice how with a deep breath, when you fill up your lungs, your body actually enlarges. And notice that when you exhale, your body actually gets smaller. It contracts and expands with your breath. Two opposites. Our whole body is made up of many opposites, but it has such an intricate, beautiful network, everything working together seamlessly most of the time. And yet, there are all these opposites. It's like everything, everyone is connected. We're all connected. To return to your natural breath. Open your eyes and let's begin. Let's start, as we usually do, with our neck. So look forward and then send your right ear to your right shoulder. Feel the stretch on the left side of your neck. Breathe into it and exhale, let it go. Twice more, breathe into that spot where you feel that stretch and let it go. Then bring your head back to neutral and over to the other side. Keep your shoulder down, let your head do the work going to your shoulder. Feel the stretch now on the right side of your neck. Breathe into a deep breath and letting it go 3 times. Then bring your head back to center. Send your nose to the sky. And breathe. And notice what you feel as you breathe with your head in this bent shape. On your next exhale, bring your chin to your chest and feel the back of your neck. Notice how it feels and let it stretch. Then bring your head up to neutral. Turn to look over your right shoulder. Then go slowly through center. And notice all the things you see in between your shoulders. Looking over your left shoulder now. When we go too swiftly, we miss everything that's in the middle. So let's do that again. Send your gaze slowly, slowly to look over your right shoulder. Very slowly, noticing everything surrounding you. Then bring your head back to center. Release your arms. Bring your left arm up alongside your ear and lateral stretch over to the right. Feel that stretch from your fingertips to your hip. And again, notice everything you're feeling from your fingertip to your hip. Everything in between. Inhale both arms to center, over to the other side. And just notice your body. Bring both arms to center and release your arms alongside your body. Bring your hands on to your thighs. Look forward. Then lift your right arm. Twist to the right. Swing your right arm around the back of your chair. Bring your left hand to the outside of your right leg. Look over much farther this time over your right shoulder. Notice everything in between. Notice the shape of your middle, your core. Notice how it's twisting. Notice how your insides are also moving in this twist. Bring your right arm alongside your right ear and come back to center, both arms alongside your ears. And let's twist to the opposite side. Look over your left shoulder. Arms alongside your ears, come back to center and release your arms. Move away from the back of your chair. Lift your leg just a little bit and rotate your ankle, your foot to work your ankle. Go in both directions. And then point and flex, point and flex. Same with your other leg. Give your ankle a little workout. All right. So as you're away from the back of the chair, you're in the perfect position to do circles, hip circles all the way around. Notice the direction you're going in. And notice what you see as you go all around. Notice everything in between. Come to center, pause, and go the other way. And then come to center. You're going to open your legs so that you're at the corners of the chair. You're going to imagine that great big cauldron, that great big barrel, or whatever you like to think of it. Take hold of the stir, the big stick that allows you to stir your potion. Scrape the sides of the barrel. Scrape it. Reach, reach, reach. Make sure you get every inch of this barrel, of this cauldron, of whatever it is you're using. And then when your hands are back, you're sitting upright, go the other way, scraping the inside of this large pot, barrel, whatever it is to you. And then bring it back, your arms back to center. And you can bring your legs back together. Send your shoulders forward, up, back, and down. And then go the other way. Keep going in both directions. Both directions, right? And then come to rest. Bring your arms into a cactus shape. And turn, but keep your arms in position, so don't move your arms independently of your torso, of your shoulders. So inhale, then on an exhale, turn to the left. Notice the difference in this twist with your arms like this. Inhale to center. Exhale, we're going to come back to this shape a little bit later. And then come back to center. Release your arms. Now before we talked about expansion, with our breath, contracting and expanding. So now we're going to do that with our body. So come on to the balls of your feet. Send your arms out to the side and then wrap your arms around your legs or underneath your legs. So we're getting smaller. Doesn't matter how far down you come, your whole body is coming inside in an introspective pose, looking in. It's like a child's pose from a chair. And then on an inhale, you're going to spread your wings, spread your arms out to the side. Let your legs lift, open up just a little bit. Expansion. Feel the expansion. And feel everything in between. Feel how different your body feels when you allow it to expand. And when you close it up, let's close it back up. Close it up. And then let it expand, you are so much more vulnerable this way, but you're so much more accessible. You're so much more open. Your heart is open. Bring your arms down by your side. Come away from the back of the chair if you're not still there. And we'll do our cats and dogs. So your hands are on your knees, your arms are straight. You're going to bend your elbows and send your heart forward. Your hands slide to the top of your thighs. Slide your hands to your knees, straight arms, curl your spine behind you. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, arch behind you. Keep going at your own pace, but notice how your spine is going in one direction to the absolute opposite direction. Yeah? And notice all the movements in between that got you there. All the nuances of every movement. And then finally come to a neutral spine. All right. Send your arms out to the side and then swing them forward and hug yourself. Great big hug. Say, I love you to yourself. Nice big hug. Let your head bow down. And then swing your arms open, send your heart forward for a heart opening pose. Close by hugging yourself. Change which arm is on top. Open your arms up, out to the side again. This time, let them go back a little farther. Let your heart come forward more. And then come to a neutral spine and come to center. Let's do a sun salutation. So your legs should be open again, right? Release your arms. Inhale. Gather all that energy. Exhale, fold over your legs any amount. Bring your arms to hang inside your legs. Bow your head. Forward fold. Come halfway up, so send the crown of your head forward. Let your back come over your thighs or somewhere in between. Remember, in between is our most precious places. And then fold back down. Place your fingertips on the floor, or just or perhaps you'll take your foot or your ankle with your right hand, and then fan open to the left, letting your left fingers reach for the sky. And notice, again, the changes your body makes to extend, to expand. And then bring it down, let your body close back up again. Send your arms out to the side. Fly up Bring your arms together and down the center side, down to your heart. Center line, I think I meant to say. All right, so we're going to do the other side. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Open your legs. Arms come inside. Inhale, come halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Left hand stays down. Open, fan open to the right. Bring both hands down. Fly out and up and down the center line. All right, good. All right, so let's work a little bit on our hips, a little bit more on our hip joints. So lift your right leg and make circles with your leg. Hold the seat of your chair to help you with balance. Yeah. And then go the opposite direction with those circles. And bring your leg down. Extend your left leg and do the same thing. Make circles. Opposite circles. And then bring your foot down. So we're going to do a little bit more back bending here, a little bit more heart opening. So you can stay where you are, or you can move around to the side of your chair. Just take a look at what we're doing to see what might work best. So we're going to place a yoga mudra, that's your interlaced fingers, pointing to the floor. So if the back of the chair is in your way, or the seat of the chair, so you'll need to turn around to the side. Take a deep breath and exhale. And on your next big inhale, you're going to send your knuckles down and your heart all the way open. Then you're going to untangle your fingers and send your arms on a diagonal straight out to the sides, opening up your heart. You're going to spread your wings. You're going to bring them up overhead. You're going to cross forearm over forearm and fold over your legs, closing and opening, and everything in between. Let's do that again. Open up your arms. We're going to go in reverse. Bring them now back behind you. Interlace your fingers. Open up your heart. Back bend, deep, deep back bend. Sending your knuckles to the floor. Then release your arms. Spread them out overhead. Bring forearm over forearm and fold over your legs, bringing your arms toward your belly, just hanging over, closing up and opening. Spread your arms out to the side, bring them up over your head, and bring your prayer to your heart. Okay. So come again towards the edge of your chair. Bring your hands inside your thighs. backs of your hands on your thighs. You're going to push your thighs away, but your thighs are going to push your hands away. So your thighs are pushing your hands in, your hands are pushing your thighs away. A lot of resistance. So inhale, push. Exhale, release. Inhale, push, push, push. Exhale, release. Inhale, push, push, push. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now we're going to do that on the outside of our thighs. All right? Same thing. Inhale and release. Inhale, release. Inhale, release. Let's do it one more time. Inhale and release. Excellent. Okay. Going to lift your left leg. So you can come back a little bit more on the chair, so it'll be a little easier to lift your leg, and then send your right arm up overhead. Opposites. You're going to twist now to the right a little bit to extend that opposite feeling a little bit more. Come back to front, to center. Bring your hand down, bring your leg down. Lift your right leg, your left arm. Twist a little bit, any amount to the left. And then come back to center, release your arm and your leg. Notice when we do these things where you're feeling it in your body. Again, all those places in between the movement. When we send our foot out, it isn't about our foot, right? It's about everything in between. Okay? All right. So let's do some standing work. Okay. I'm using the gray chair, which isn't the most stable chair in the world, so I'm going to do my best. And the reason is because the folding chair in the other room is like an icicle. So face the back of your chair. And bend your knees and come down just a little bit. And then a little bit more. And then a little bit more. And stay where you are most comfortable. Don't push too hard. Be kind to your knees, right? But you want to exercise them a little bit, right? So your elbows should be close to your body. And then you're going to push into your feet to straighten your legs. Let's do that again. Now this time you'll come right away, all the way down to your full range. And then push in to your feet, come up to stand. So we did this sitting. We're going to do it standing now. Bring your left leg straight in the center of the chair and send your right leg out to the side. And you're going to rotate your leg. So you look at such a wider range you have while you're standing, right, than when you were sitting. And pause. And go the other way. And you can stop, at any time. Especially, I know if you should happen to have hip replacements and such that prevent you from doing certain things. Most wouldn't stop you from doing that, but there are some that do. And on the individual. Send your left leg out this time. And make your circles. And your circles can be as little or as large as you like. Just giving your hip socket a little workout, a little bit more, and then go the other way. You're also feeling it in your quads, and you've got your weight on your supporting leg. All right. So we'll do with chair. We're going to do a twisted warrior one. So step your left leg back, your right leg is moving forward underneath your chair, your knee is bent. So because I have this troubling knee that is healing, but it's making me so aware of all of the things that cause these problems, such as locking your knee, such as overbending, all right? So make sure your knee is over your ankle or before it, not forward of it, right? And you're going to leave your left hand on the mat. And you're going to turn with your arm out, straight out from your shoulder to the right. You're going to bring your right hand down to the back of the chair, lift your left arm, and open out to this side. Now notice how different it feels to open to the straight leg as opposed to the bent knee. And bring your hand down. Step forward. Send your right leg back behind you. Left arm. Open it out to the left. Switch hands on the back of the chair. Right arm, open it all the way out to the right. I have to correct myself too, because I let my arm go beyond my shoulder. Come back to center. And step your feet together. So let's do some marching in place, yeah? So you're going to try and keep your feet, so when we do the marching in place, it sounds like, you really have to tell me, I don't know how to do that. However, the key here is to put your foot down in exactly the same spot where you took it from, instead of moving all over the place, right? You want to make sure you're putting it down to keep your knees and your feet and everything else tracking in the same line, all right? And why is this important? This is important because you're going to stop right now and you're going to lift just your right knee. You're going to hold on to the back of the chair and you're going to send it back behind you. Your leg is still bent. Your toes can point to the ceiling. You can come forward over the back of your chair. And then slowly bring your foot down. Let's do that marching again a little bit more. And then you're going to lift come on the ball of your left foot, lift your knee, and send it tracking straight back behind you. You don't want it to go out to the side, either side. And come back behind you, send your toes up to the sky. And that's any amount, you know, I always say that, any amount is good. Bring it down, all right? So I feel the need to do the Elvis pose. Right foot at 12 o'clock, left at 2. Bend your knees and rock and roll, rock your hips in circles. So we prepared ourselves for this while we were seated, right? We helped to, we did hip circles when we were seated. So now we can do this with more ease, right? Maybe. And let your arms do whatever you like. And then pause. And then replace your right foot with your left at 12 o'clock. Right is at 2. Oh, wait a minute, that was 10, not 2. You knew what I meant, right? And rock and roll. I can only go clockwise, I can't go counterclockwise. And go the other way. And then come to center, bring both feet together. Right. Step away from the back of your chair. Keep walking away from it, walking away from it. Keep walking away from it. Bend your knees and let your head come between your arms, your ears. Your arms alongside your ears. Bend your knees. And then straighten your legs. Bend your knees just a bit and then straighten your legs. Lift your torso, lift your head. Bend your knees slightly and begin to walk back. Right. So how are we doing on time? Very good. All right, so let's come back to sit. So we want to do a forward fold from our seat. All right. Still a little icy in here. Okay. Separate your legs a little bit. This time, arms straight up overhead. Inhale, exhale, come forward with a flat back. Try not to curl your back. Come forward, come forward, come forward as much as you can. And when you can't go anymore, then you're just going to fold inside your legs. You're going to hang your head down. You're just going to fold in half. Your legs apart helps you to fold a little bit more. And just allow the crown of your head to reach down. Even if you're up higher, you want to make this an inversion with your head lower than your heart. You're going to push your feet into the floor. Slowly lift the rest of your body up. Very slowly. Noticing everything in between. You were folded in half. Now unfold slowly to feel everything in between. And just come to sit. We'll have a short Shavasana before we come to our meditation. Just a couple of minutes to let our bodies settle. So bring your head to neutral and prepare yourself, make yourself ready for our meditation. Feet on the floor. Close your eyes and bring your awareness to your heart. Focus on your heart center, but listen to your heartbeat as you follow your breath. Notice your breath fueling your heart. Like bellows stoking a fire. Hear your heartbeat. Feel the pulsation throughout your body. Now bring to mind someone who you love unconditionally. And allow that feeling of unconditional love to fill your heart center and then to move throughout your body, feeling like you are completely filled with this love. And you know that feeling, how it makes you filled with joy, fills you with joy. And still hear your heartbeat. And with that person in mind, with that love in heart, say these words to yourself. I believe in the healing power of love. I feel love right now. I am love. With every breath, I expand this love throughout my body and out into the world. When I breathe, I send love out. When I breathe in love. When I breathe out, I send love out. We'll fill the next few minutes with silence. Should thoughts come to mind to disturb you, acknowledge them and then come right back to that feeling of unconditional love, that image that you hold in your heart. With your awareness at your heart center, with the image that you brought to your mind, repeat the words, I believe in the power of love. I feel love. I feel it filling me up from head to toe. I feel love all around me. I am love. When I breathe in love. When I breathe out, I send out love. Allow every breath to follow that pattern. We'll stay in silence for another few minutes. with your awareness at your heart center and seeing the image you brought to mind. Feel your whole body filled with unconditional love. And repeat for a third time this prayer of love. I believe in the healing power of love. I feel love. I am love. I breathe in love. I send out love. I am grateful for having experienced this love. Bring your hands to your heart and bow your head. As you come back into your body, deepen your breath. And then lift your head and slowly open your eyes. Namaste.